Hello there, people of the internet. In this little bit of cardboard and bubble wrap that I have here, I have an 1891 Carcano. I went ahead and I unwrapped it and whatnot because that's always a process, and I don't want you guys to sit here for like 5+ minutes watching me do that. So for what it's worth, I have already seen the rifle, I just haven't checked it out. My hands are a little dirty because, of course, these Ethiopian imports are very dirty rifles. So this is an 1891 Carcano in 6.5 Carcano, or at least it should be. We're going to have a look at it. I know I've gotten some things from this particular importer that is a little on the questionable side, and some of them I'm not so sure that they are chambered in the things that they said that they were chambered in. But, I mean, whenever you're importing things en masse, there's no way to really know. When you're just kind of rolling the dice, and you never really know what you're going to get. So I wanted to get myself another 1891 Carcano long rifle because I wanted one that I could actually shoot. I do have one already that I've shown off on the channel, but the barrel on it is so bad that I can just toss a 6.5mm round through one end and it comes out the other end. No problem. Doesn't even slow down at all. And no, it has not been bored out for something else. I've already made videos showing that off. So this right here, I'm hoping, will have enough of a barrel for me to at least counterbore. I am not expecting the bore to be good on this, simply because this right here is, I think it was a C grade. It was like the cheapest 1891 that they had available, but if it's functional and doesn't have any major broken wood or anything like that, then I will be happy. So this is what we are dealing with, some sticky bubble wrap, and right here is our rifle. This is a full-length, nice, long rifle. Very good. Let me get the cardboard out of the way here. Back this up a little bit so you guys can actually see this. Perfect. Alright, so this is what we are looking at. Of course, it is nice and dirty because it is from the Ethiopian cache. I'm already noticing that the bolt is a little bent on our bolt there, our bolt handle. A little bent, but that's okay. It doesn't seem like that would cause any issues. That is surprisingly smooth. Like, that is a lot easier than some of these other Ethiopian firearms I have gotten from RTI, which is where this came from. This, like I said, is the cheapest version that they had. I think it was the C-grade model. I'm not seeing any broken wood right off the bat. Looks like this barrel band could use some realignment, because that's not quite where it's supposed to be, but boy is it close. I see we have both of our sling swivels. I see that we aren't missing anything. We got the butt plate. We got everything that we need. I am noticing that our clip ejection port right here, whatever it is you want to call it, has a little bit of a bend to it. I'll just grab a pair of pliers and ply that out. I'm also noticing that we have quite a bit of finish left on this rifle. A lot of times the Ethiopians will absolutely just destroy these rifles. Looks like they took a wire wheel to get some of the rust off of this thing, but there is still quite a bit of finish left, so that is good enough for me. Looks like our sight works well enough anyway. Fantastic. Alright, this right here, ooh, this is a 1900 rifle. I don't think I have a 1900 dated anything. Well, that is awesome. Proof mark PO. This is a, let me see if I can read this. Got to get up nice and close. I might have to do some scrubbing on this in order to make out what this right here says, because I just can't manage to see it. Maybe if I grab myself a spare light right here. You guys like my phone background? It's a Grand, a Thompson, and a 1911. That's how you know I'm a gun guy. Alright, what does that say? I think it says T-A-I-R-E, tear, and I can't read that last part. So I'm going to have to do some research on that and see if I can figure out what that is. I'll get the surface rust off this. Z9200, that is our serial number. So let's go ahead and check the inside of the rifle. That is a lot cleaner than I was expecting. I won't lie. I don't see any major rust issues, which is fantastic. Does our follower work? Our follower does work. I don't see anything in the chamber, so let's close the bolt, give her an old dry fire, test for functionality. Alright, so she does seem to function. Bent bolt handle, so she's definitely been through something. I see a little tiny crack right here on the back of well, I guess it'd be like on the front of the stock back of the receiver. I don't think that's going to be any kind of real issue. It doesn't look very deep at all. As a matter of fact, that looks more like something pressed into the wood versus a crack. but I'll go ahead and I'll keep an eye on that. This is definitely an original stock. I think, look at that. Look at that. That's trench art. That's not carving, or that's not like regular wear on a rifle. Those are arrows moving in different directions. It's barely visible, but yeah, that is hand carved right there. That is trench art on the Carcano. That's something that's indicative of the Ethiopians. I've seen that a couple of times on a couple of my Ethiopian rifles. Look, there's another decoration right there. Wow, that's awesome. That's really awesome, actually. But right here we have our serial number, very, very worn out. This rifle's definitely been through a lot. Look, we got more trench art on the Carcano. That means that this particular Carcano was not just an Italian service, it got used by the Ethiopians as well. So I am wondering what the story behind that is. But that also tells me that the bore is probably not going to look very good. We have some kind of indentation right there on the wood. I wonder what that's from. Could be from storage, could be from something else. Maybe the rifle bumped up against something. I have no idea. Your speculation is as good as my own. So, without further ado, let me set this down, grab myself a 6.5 Carcano round. These right here are 2.64 bullets. And, well, the size of the bullet, that little tiny 4/1000th of an inch, that's not going to be large enough to cause any significant issues with testing, or, yeah, a bore test. So let's test the bore. I'm expecting it not to be good. No, that just completely swallows it. So I am going to have to counterbore this rifle. However, let's go ahead, pull the bolt out, and see if there's any rifling left in this thing. Because unlike the other barrel in my other long rifle, 1891, I can't counterbore that one because there's no rifling left at all in the entire barrel. So let me just have a look at this one. Fantastic. We actually have some pretty gosh darn good rifling, not that deep. I bet if I counterbore this probably about an inch, maybe 2 inches at the most, we would see some significantly better accuracy. But before I counterbore it, I'm actually going to take it out and shoot it. That will be on another video. I do not have access to a gun range right now. So if you want to be a part of that, then subscribe to the channel and stick around. So all this being said, I am very pleased with this. I think I spent like $149 on this rifle. It seems to be completely functional. We'll go ahead and test for accuracy. Even if I do have to counterbore it, I would still consider that a win. It is very dirty, definitely needs some cleaning up. We have some rust spots on quite a few places on the rifle, but I don't see any broken wood. I don't see any issues with the barrel. I don't see any bulging or cracking or anything like that. Do have a little bit of a bend on the bolt handle, but I don't really care about that. I'm just happy to have a Carcano that has a salvageable barrel. So thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off and have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next episode. What do you think? You think this was worth the buy? I think it was worth the buy. A lot of people don't like rolling the dice on these things because they're like, I don't know if I'm going to get something good or something bad. Well, if you don't mind a little bit of firearms refurbishment, then even if you do get something bad, you can go ahead and salvage it and turn it into something halfway decent. All right, that's my little ramble. I'll see y'all later.
Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.